His video's still monetized.
He has links to his channels in the description.
How dare he mention where people can find him?
Alright, so look, I hadn't even heard of Projared until everything happened a few months back. It's been a very long, ongoing, and very messy situation. But something that's come out of this now has been a reoccurring issue for me almost every time there's some kind of controversy. I feel like it's a great opportunity to use as an example for a future reference. The problem I have is people disregarding all the information in a video because it was monetized. And even more ridiculously in this case, because they had links to their other social media platforms in the description. So let's just do a light recap real fast for context. And if you want more info, Bowblax and Deorio did videos on this back when the story broke, and links will be in the description below. But keep in mind when watching them that at the time, there wasn't really much defense coming from Projared, and he has only just now, about 3 months later, really come forward. With that in mind, let's take a brief look at how we got here. Projared was seemingly happily married with a fairly successful YouTube career, to say the least. According to the story, Jared blocked his wife and posted a tweet about he and his wife divorcing. The next few weeks were full of accusations that he cheated and claims that they had an open marriage, making it not cheating. Claims he was seeking out nudes from fans, some of which were underage. It was also revealed that he did a lot of nude sharing, among other things, but most of it was just odd behavior from what I've read. Nothing really illegal, well, besides allegedly the underage stuff. He didn't really satisfy people with his responses at the time, and since then he's been pretty much gone from the internet. Until extremely recently when he uploaded this video attempting to vindicate himself, which at the very least seems to cast even more doubt onto a situation that was already very messy, as much as we already thought we understood it. Now, there's some things he said in the video that seemed kind of disingenuous, like no one reaching out to him before running the story, which like I said seems a little disingenuous when many people publicly asked him questions on Twitter to start, let alone ones that probably did try to ask privately but were blocked or whatever else. I'm pretty sure I remember seeing a lot of people saying they were blocked on Twitter during this time. I mean, there might have been some email or some other way of getting a hold of them, but who knows, and who knows how many people went that far. According to him, it was 0, but I really highly doubt that, especially since there were public tweets from people like Keemstar directly to him. I would call that an attempt to contact. I mean, look, it's not proof of anything whatsoever, but it's just another inconsistency that makes this whole thing so much murkier when it probably shouldn't even be public to begin with. I mean, the whole thing basically just started as a divorce story. Now, whether he was legitimately seeking out minors as he was accused of, or whether he actually cheated on his wife or not, why is the argument now about the fact that he had the video monetized and had links in the description? This is an argument I've seen used so many times over the years. There's ads in the video, he doesn't mean it. The ads mean this was for money. First of all, is it just me, or whenever there's a video like this where somebody is trying to apologize or make something clear or whatever, and they leave it monetized, they pretty quickly unmonetize it when they're called out with little to no argument? I mean, it's fairly common to use the auto features on YouTube, like auto description, where you don't have to enter your Twitter handle every single time because it's automatically input through YouTube to your description because you set up your auto description fill. There are plenty of things that you can automatically fill through YouTube. Description, tags, and you can just turn on monetization. Now, I don't know about you, but if I took 3 months away from my job, then came back after dealing with 3 months of court and lawyers and deep dives and discussion and trying to figure out where everything's gonna land, my concern would be establishing everything, not with going in and unmonetizing something that I normally would never consider unmonetizing because it's automatically monetized. At that point for the creator, I think it just kind of becomes an upload. And in a case like Projared's, why would he even think the video would get monetized with the subject matter at hand? The odds are over the last 3 months of research and talking to lawyers and things like that, and not uploading to YouTube, he probably didn't even think to unmonetize it. Not that he was trying to profit off of the story. I mean, when you're not even in a community that focuses so heavily on things like monetizing apology videos like the commentary and drama community do, why would it even occur to you to undo it? On top of that, you have the fact that sometimes these kind of videos could get monetized if there's any kind of background music whatsoever or anything. And then the claimant can monetize the video if they want to. I don't have a specific example of that, but I could have swore I remember at least one situation where that's happened. Now, I've seen a lot of claims on Twitter that sometimes YouTube will just monetize things. Now, I'm not sure if these people are referring to how monetization works, as I mentioned it earlier, where you just select that you want to monetize and it automatically monetizes, or if they're referring to something where if a creator unmonetizes a video, YouTube will still go and monetize it on their own behalf. I really doubt that one. It sounds a little bit too shady to be true, but you never know with YouTube anymore. So for now, let's just assume that they mean he had the monetize my uploads box checked. Now, there are plenty of fake sob stories and apologies that I definitely think do deserve the criticism that they should have been monetized because they were a reach for attention. However, in this case, it's not even an apology. He's attempting to debunk a large chunk of the stuff that was kind of used against him. Not only is it not an apology, but an attempt to vindicate himself after all these months. You could even look at it from the point of view that he's attempting to expose the people that lied and attempted to spread false information about him, just like the channels that were making videos about him months ago when the story broke. And you can pretty much guarantee that their videos were monetized, as often as they could be anyway. Now, I want to clarify again that I don't know where Projared really stands here, whether he's telling the truth or lying or what the reality is. I'm using this as an example because this constantly happens. I just don't think it's necessarily fair to say that it's wrong for him to monetize a video calling people out after people monetized videos calling him out before. Just because there's an element of defense to his video means that he's doing it for the wrong reasons? I don't understand that. Especially when it's his personal stakes on the line that everyone else was talking about. Why is he the only one not allowed to profit off of talking about his own situation? I mean, arguably, since it was his personal situation he was talking about in this video, doesn't he have more right than, say, Keemstar or any other commentator, including myself, to talk about it with monetization on? Now, over the last few years, there's been a big conversation about context and how important context is. That's my issue here, is I think context needs to be considered when you're trying to use the fact that somebody monetized a video as proof of something. When you're trying to monetize an apology video that was clearly used for sympathy, that's very different than using a video when you're trying to call out the people that accused you of things with seemingly proof that's not at all an equivalent. Yet for some reason, the same argument is used to devalue the information in the videos. Now, even more ridiculous is the fact that he was kind of sort of being called out, I guess, for having links in his description to his Twitch and other YouTube channel. I mean, again, auto descriptions, they exist, that people use them. It saves a lot of time. YouTube just auto copies and pastes from your description that you generated for it to copy and paste from. I mean, even more reasonably, in this video in particular, he mentions that he's going to be streaming to Twitch, and if you want to support him, go to the Twitch streams or go to his other channel, his gameplay channel, or whatever. You know, support him here, and includes links in the description to those places. He mentioned it in the video. It makes perfect sense for him to link to those places in the video, especially when he's saying, guys, these are the facts. Whether they're true or not, please support me if you want to support me. How is that wrong? It's not even like he had a Patreon link or something in there. It's a Twitch link and a link to another YouTube channel. I mean, you know, Twitch, that place that you can stream and directly interact with people via the chat. I mean, the idea that links in his description to places that he says you can support him because he will be working there or doing things there somehow devalues his arguments or his points whatsoever makes literally zero sense to me. I don't understand how you can get from point A to point B there. It feels like you're going at least point A to point G. All those little stops in between there kind of makes the whole process a lot messier. Well, you seem to have a lot of evidence that potentially vindicates you. But you said you stream, so you're still a predator. I don't understand how that's an actual takeaway. In my honest opinion, you cannot watch CNN and then come onto YouTube and watch an actual news channel and complain that they're monetized, talking about news, without being a hypocrite. In my opinion, you cannot think it's okay for someone to report allegations and monetize the video, but have a problem with someone monetizing their response to the allegations in a similar fashion without you being a hypocrite. And in my opinion, you can't think it's not okay for someone to have links in the description to tell you where you can find them, especially when they mention it in the video itself, without you being an idiot. It's just not that big a deal. It's something small that you found to hold over someone that you disagree with. In this case in particular, he's not even making a video to apologize for what's happened. He's making a video to try and set the record straight. Anyway, agree or disagree, that's my hot take. Thanks for watching, everybody. First, I want to thank my patrons, Hobo Viking and Pantsless Gamers. Guys, I can't wait to get you guys some actual benefits to being patrons. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.